Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tio and Tito podcast. I am Tito.
And I'm Theo. How's it going?
Oh, it's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
I am in not so great a mood right now,
Oh,
even though I'm
what?
smiling. Well, okay, I know you don't know what this is, but we're just watching the World Baseball Classic,
Okay.
and USA just lost the
Ow.
championship to Japan. Freaking Japan.
What? What?
Yeah,
What?
and yesterday we lost to, or I say we because I go from Mexico too. We lost to Japan yesterday, and then Japan beat US today. So the two teams that I had in just out the window. Japan's too good. You really had no idea this was happening?
No. Okay. Silly question. Don't judge.
What is it?
Any affiliation with is it like the USA team consists of like the best players from MLB
Yes.
kind of a thing?
Well, they all consist of the best players in MLB. So it's like the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. They're all playing, and like some of the best players in MLB are on those teams. Like I mean, you know the Padres. Darvish from the Padres, he's on the Japanese team. Yeah.
Oh,
So so
how
yeah.
come he
So
isn't? How
so
come he isn't playing for the US team?
I don't know. He was born in Japan, so a lot of times, I mean, especially when it comes to like the Olympics and like World Cups, like for football, soccer, it's like if you can't make the US team, you go for your home team, or a lot of people just would rather go for their team of origin rather than the US. I don't know who I would pick if I were to make it to like, I'm not saying I'm an Olympian, but if I were to go to like that type of event representing a country, I don't know if I would pick Mexico, Costa Rica, or USA. Would you
That's
would
always a struggle, right?
would you pick the Philippines or USA?
uh, Whoever goes further.
Whoever's better.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you're rooting for all three, and then one of them has to advance, right? I guess, but I
Hmm.
guess if in the off chance that all both my teams make the finals, I don't know. I don't know if I can pick one,
Yeah.
man. It's what would you do, or who would you pick if you had your two out of the three teams in the finals?
So typically, so the World Cup just happened, right? So I
Right.
typically go for Costa Rica first, then Mexico, then USA, and now I go for England because
Oh, Lily.
Lily, her family's from England. So
Hmm.
so I have those four teams, and luckily in the World Cup, I was able to root for all four. But
Hmm.
uh, in the end, yeah, we all know Argentina won. Messi, it's all good. But at the same time, it's like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like trying to figure out who to root for. And then my house was always a mess growing up when it was Mexico versus Costa Rica,
Hmm.
because my mom's obviously going for Mexico. My dad, he'll sometimes just go for Mexico just to like not get in a fight with my mom. But for the like he's happy when Costa Rica wins type of thing.
Yeah.
So so yeah, so I don't know. So yesterday I was obviously going for Mexico against Japan. If they would have beat Japan, it would have been Mexico versus US today for the final. And I was almost kind of worried yesterday. Like if Mexico wins, I don't know who to root for because
Hmm.
basically, like soccer is one thing. Like I grew up watching Mexican soccer and even like the Costa Rican league. I really liked watching them. I didn't really watch MLS like that, but with baseball, I only watch American baseball teams. Right, I
Hmm.
don't really watch any other leagues outside of the U.S. league. So I was like, I don't know. Like maybe I would go for U.S. or maybe
Hmm.
just go for Mexico because I'm Mexican,
Hmm.
but I'm born here.
So
It's an
it sounds
identity
like,
struggle.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, kind of related but unrelated. I'm into uh food competitions and those
Hmm.
types of TV shows. And typically whenever there's like a Filipino chef, I'll root for them. It's not, it's not exactly the same, and most of the time, they identify as Filipino American, but you know, I get, whenever I get a chance to root for kind of my home, uh, not my homeland, but
The
just I guess
motherland.
my yeah, the motherland, it's kind of an easy, route to take, and, it's a pride thing, right? You identify with your culture, so it's easy to kinda root for that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. So it's always interesting when so back in like November when we were traveling and we were in Costa Rica. We were
Mhm,
actually in Costa Rica for the FIFA World Cup,
mhm,
and I always watch the World Cup. I watch the Olympics and all that too, but it's so different watching it in the U.S. versus watching it in another country
mm,
because the countries just go mad over it. Like
yeah,
soccer's their sport. Like everywhere other than the U.S., soccer's the sport, right?
mhm,
And so they're just going mad for all the games. Like, like even like my cousins in Costa Rica, like they're picking countries to root for. They're like, we're gonna root for Italy. These other people are rooting for Argentina because they like those players, and they're just assuming Costa Rica won't get far. But it just everyone is watching the games. Like nothing gets done. Businesses are shut down. Like it's just everyone's just watching the World Cup, and and experiencing that is actually really fun, right? To be outside of the U.S. during that,
mhm,
and uh right now with the World Baseball Classic, it feels like it's getting closer to that. This is the first time
mhm,
it's actually kind of been blown up, like it's all over social media, on the news and stuff, and it's only been around since like 2007 or something.
mhm,
So when they removed baseball from the Olympics, they created the the World Baseball Classic. So
and this happens
yeah,
every year? Not
it's every
not like
4 years. Well,
okay,
it was supposed to be 2021, but because of COVID, they had to postpone it, and it didn't happen until now. So I think the plan is now to have it again in like 3 or 4 years.
gotcha. I
Yeah.
think I would have known about it, if I were on social media, but since since I've been off of it because of Lent, I feel like I've been out of loop with a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I have to get my news from Angel, but even though Angel and I have very different feeds, so
Yeah.
I
What
can't rely on her to get my news.
What do you want to know? What do I have to catch you up on?
Everything, man.
Everything.
Everything.
What's the
What are
biggest
the
one?
new food trends? What
The food
well,
trends.
what celebrities are going to
What's that
prison?
guy on TikTok? Keith. Keith.
Keith Lee. Yeah, what is he
Keith
raving
Lee.
about?
He
Yeah.
there. A lot of people are clipping this segment where he said that he has not found any good food in LA.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So, and he's like from Vegas, right? He's
Yeah,
originally from
he's from
Vegas.
yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess he did a trip to LA, and then it's just an infamous clip. So people keep like, how you can like duet the clips, right? Or remix
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
So you see Keith Lee first like say like I haven't tried anything good in LA, and then it's just people like bragging about the food scene in LA.
Oh my gosh.
But
I wonder what he's tried.
or hasn't tried.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Because that's a big
'Cause
deal. And the thing is, like, I don't know, having grown up in LA, I think the like go-to spots are always overrated. Like
mhm.
like if I were to go to LA and growing up there, like if I ask someone where should I go get tacos, people are
Mhm.
gonna say King Taco.
Okay.
And there's King Taco. A lot of people say that it's like in Baldwin Park. It's okay tacos, and they'll say try the carne asada. But me, like growing up in a Latino household, I'm like, this isn't that good. Like,
Oof.
there's better tacos literally down the street from there. It's around the corner from my friend Eddie's house, and there's a place there called Taco King. It's just they just switched it, and I'm like, the food here is better than a King Taco. It's just overblown. Or
Is
there's
King is it a chain or
King
King
Taco.
Taco?
There's like the original one, and I think there's a couple different ones now.
Oh, okay.
But they're all King Taco, and or what's the other one? Like the French dip place. It was like Philippe's or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, it's good, but like the bread was so dry for me, and I was like,
Mm.
I don't get why people say you gotta try this if you're coming to LA, and I'm like, no, don't try those. There's so many other places to try. I guess in
Yeah,
Are there places like
but
that here in San Diego that everyone's like, oh, you have to go here?
Oh man, if I say something, I feel like I'm gonna get a. Let's see. What is something I feel like?
Didn't so that pizza place in San Diego that got like best pizza in the U.S. on some award. It was Flippy's,
Friendly oh Felipe. Oh yeah,
Felipe's
you said
Pizza.
Felipe's. Yeah, they have good pizza. I mean,
It's really good pizza.
it is.
Pizza's my favorite food, and I think
Re-
that's probably the best pizza I've tried
I
in
don't
San
think I've
Diego.
known this. I don't think I've known this.
You know, pizza's
Pizza
my
your
favorite food.
favorite food.
I legit,
Okay.
I legit got mad at Lily the other day because they made a pizza, but they just made a small one for lunch, and
Oh.
I've been cutting out food. So, it was when our friend Desiree was here, and
Okay. Okay.
so she came, and Lily's like, "Oh, we gotta do something for food," and they made pizza. And typically, I've kind of like cut out lunch, and it's helped me like lose weight and stuff. So I just do a protein shake for lunch. But I went down at like 3 o'clock, like, oh, I'm gonna have some of this pizza. But they ate all of it. They didn't leave me any. And Lily Lily said I looked so mad. And
Oh.
I was like, I was trying not to be mad. I was like, it's okay. But she's like, no, you were mad. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just visibly mad that no one left me pizza. I was tempted to just like drive down the street and get Little Caesars. Like,
Dang.
yeah, that is,
Well,
yeah,
for pizza, have you had Bronx Pizza or the Friendly?
no.
Both pizza styles, there I think it's I don't want to get in trouble, but I feel like it's a New York style
Why
where the
can't it?
crust
Oh, you say it wrong.
the crust yeah, the style, right? The crust is like it's very thin. It's definitely one of those where you gotta fold just so you can hold it in one hand.
Okay.
Um, so those are pretty good. And just recently, Angel and I had this pizza place called Pizza Kaiju. So it's they do like Filipino Asian fusion pizzas. So I don't know
Mm,
if you ever had. Do you remember having sisig?
yeah,
So like it's a pork belly, um, some chilies, onions, ginger, all that good stuff,
delicious.
and it's on a pizza. So it was pretty good.
I'm gonna
It's
have to go there.
oh yeah, National City. It's great. It's delicious. But yeah, I'm definitely more of like the thin crust kind of a pizza. The New York style, I like the crust thin, but the crust of the pizza itself, I like to have it be like a mini breadstick. Have some bite, not just like a cracker. Um, but yeah, for San Diego pizza, or I guess in general in San Diego, people always they always rave about the Mexican food here, right?
Mhm.
Uh, and I don't know that I've been okay. I think I have one. Lolitas. Hi
Lolitas.
Lolitas. Uh, I've heard people say, they had the best Mexican food, and I've had better, to be honest. They're the best Cali B, best carne asada fries. I'm like, it's good, but they're
Yeah,
pricey. It's really pricey, and I can
it's just
pay.
good marketing.
Yeah, I can pay much less at like Cotijans or like a Vallarta's
Hmm.
and have a better and it tastes better. Their salsa's better, I feel like. Um or something like Phil's barbecue, right?
Oh, Phil's,
It's
yeah.
good. It's good, but
Is there better barbecue here?
oh my gosh, so much better.
Where?
Um Coops West Texas Barbecue, Lemon Grove.
Oops.
They're like very traditional um barbecue. It's definitely
Mm.
not it's like the barbecue that's uh yeah, I don't want to it's not served like on the platter and like you get some bread and some meat, but I think it's with Phil's it's not that Phil's tastes like it's commercialized or anything. There's just I think it's just like doused in sauce and whatnot, right? Whereas I think with Coops, it's you can really taste the meat.
Mm, okay.
Um, so that's what I like about Coops. And then
See,
I think there's more barbecue joints opening up in San Diego
yeah,
that kind of have that same style.
I need to look for some. For Mexican food, typically I don't go out for Mexican. I'm very picky with my Mexican food. But
Mhm.
to know whether a place has a good Mexican food or in general, if it's a new place I've never been to, I order a parrillada, which is
What the heck?
just they're grilled meats. So it's
Yeah.
like, and it usually comes with like a molcajete, like big, and it has just a little of everything, right? It usually comes with
Oh.
carne asada, maybe some shrimp, pollo asado, and then with the sides, tortillas, rice, beans, and then a bunch of like onions and peppers and stuff in the molcajete all sizzling. And the reason I do that is because you really get an idea for the quality of their meat and the seasoning, like how well
Mhm.
they season their food. And honestly, if a place can't make like solid like beans and rice, then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Right? That means they're not really paying attention to the quality of their food and their ingredients if it's just a side thought. And that's kind of like the main point of a lot of dishes is like growing up, especially coming from like a poor family, like you only got so much meat. You only got a little bit, like a couple strips of meat, and the key food that you would fill up on was the beans, the tortillas, and the rice. And
Mhm.
so that's typically kind of where my mind goes. It's like, okay, are they making these side dishes correctly? Because that'll really give me an idea for like the more expensive dishes or whatever they say their hot specials are, if they're actually going to be good or not. And
Yeah,
also,
you gotta start with the basics, so they
yeah,
want their foundation right.
yeah, and also if they start saying that their margaritas are made with Patron, out the window.
What? What is it
But
supposed to be made with?
Patron's not real tequila.
Oh, intere
It's good
what's
marketing. Uh,
what's the right, tequila to use then?
Tequila needs to be
For
made from the blue agave plant in the region of Tequila, Mexico. So
so
the
what
mezcal has to be from there. I like Jose Cuervo.
Jose, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of my go-to. But there's other tequilas out there that are really good, but that's my go-to. Uh, my dad likes Himador, but he's Costa Rican, so I don't know, whatever that's worth. But yeah, it's always interesting going out and getting Mexican food. Or uh, this past weekend was my mother-in-law's birthday, and she said she wanted taco salad for her birthday, and it hurts my heart. But
Where did you have taco salad?
yeah, but dating Lily, like little by little, I've been able to kind of like separate the two. It's like this isn't
Yeah,
Mexican food. This isn't Mexican food. This is something completely different, right?
uh-huh.
Because I remember it was like one of the first times that we were eating with the family, and they decided to have taco salad. And I was like, why are you just like, why is there so much ground meat? Why is there cheese, like the shredded Mexican four cheese everywhere? And I'm just confused. Where's the cilantro? I, like, and it was just I didn't get it. And yeah, even with what's that other big one out here, Rubio's. A lot of people
Uh,
eat Rubios, and it's like a go-to for a lot of people. And it took me a while to come around to Rubios. Like they have good fish tacos, but I'm
yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. I couldn't, like, I ordered a burrito there. I'm like, this is whatever.
Oh, yeah, no way.
Yeah, yeah. And then
That
that's the thing too. Like any burrito I get anywhere, I don't get it with rice in it because
mm.
I'm like, the burrito shouldn't have should it have rice? Beans,
Like
yes,
Chipotle?
but oh yeah, it's just you're
Chipotle.
just filling up on carbs, on carbs, on carbs, and it's I don't get it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's coming from the guy that tried a tamale burrito though, so I don't know.
Tamale burrito.
Yeah, people come up with the craziest things.
Masa, masa.
Yep, but
Uh,
it was interesting. But
I'm
yeah,
trying to look up, like, San Diego specific restaurants, and a lot of it is, like, the fancy
oh, no,
restaurants, and, not big on fine dining over here.
no.
Um,
So
but there one of the big things in San Diego is, the best burger. Our good friend Reggie, he recently did a poll of trying to find like the best burger in San
yeah,
Diego. And I don't know, I think I don't remember if he settled or found an answer. But what
the
do you think is
best
the best burger you've had
burger,
so far in San Diego? Or in general, in general.
the best burger in San Diego. I don't think I've gone to many burger joints that aren't like chains.
Mm,
Honestly, like I rarely crave like a good burger, and if I
mhm.
do, I just make it at home. I'll
Yeah.
just get ground beef and bacon and all that stuff. Back in LA, the best burger I've ever had was Slater's 50/50.
Ooh, Slater's good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's for those that don't know, it's 50% ground beef, 50% ground pork, and like pork belly, and they mix it all together. It's delicious. Slater
Yeah.
50/50 is probably the best burger I've ever had. But here, I don't go like past like Red Robin really. Like actually, wait, no, the best burger I had here, I think it was your birthday where we went
Oh, the
to.
friendly.
Was that the friendly the burger
It
spot
was
we
the
went to
friendly.
and we are eating
Yeah,
outside?
smash
Yes,
burger, yeah.
yeah, that was the best burger I've had here in San
Nice.
Diego.
Yeah, smash burgers, they're a thing. Reggie makes good smash burgers. I recently did a smash burger, while Desiree was here, and it's good. It's easy to make, but I'm definitely more of a fan of, like, the thinner patty. You
Mm,
get that you build that nice crust,
mhm.
uh, as opposed to Slater's, they're like
Do you have
they're
the
since
smashing thing at home?
you don't need a
What
spatula
do you
or
use?
what is
Your
it?
fist? Like
No, I use the vase, for like, I put just parchment paper over the patty, and then I took a flour vase and just pressed it. And the vase it's circular, so it, like,
yeah,
it
it's the
evenly
right.
presses it out. I tried to use a spatula, but because it was plastic, you couldn't get enough leverage on it, but
Mm,
yeah, man, make a simple burger sauce, ketchup, mustard, mayo, pickle brine, call it a day.
ketchup, mustard, mayo. Needs
Pickle brine and
relish.
pickle. Yeah, I said pickle and pickle
Oh,
brine. Well, I didn't have pickles. Actually used these sweet jalapenos from Trader Joe's and the
ooh,
pickle
nice.
brine. Or excuse me, the jalapeno
That
brine,
might
and it
turn
was
out
bomb.
better.
It was bomb. Um, but yeah, Hodad's is another one in San Diego. It's similar to Slater's in that they have a burger patty and they have a bacon patty. So two separate patties. So it's not like your two strips of bacon. No,
Yeah,
it's a bacon patty. So you have bacon in every bite.
that's
And
crazy.
then Hodad's also does a pastrami burger, so burger with
Ooh,
pastrami, and that is really good. Um,
speaking of pastrami, have you had the hat in LA?
no,
Okay,
wait, did you tell me about the hat? No, okay,
the
the hat.
hat.
No, I haven't
Okay.
had the hat, but when we went to the fair, the Del Mar Fair
Mm,
last year, we had the pastrami, and we really liked it a
yeah,
lot. And we asked them, where's their shop at? And they told me they were based out of LA. I was like,
yeah.
dang it,
Route
like,
66.
but yep, yep, the hat.
The hat's delicious. So I actually don't get their like pastrami stuff there. My dad's a big fan of pastrami sandwiches, so wherever we go, if they have that, he'll order it.
Mhm.
But the hat, they have pastrami chili cheese fries. Oh,
Ooh.
so good. And they like pack it
Oh,
in. So they get like the giant styrofoam thing. And it's not like overloaded with fries. It's like
yeah.
half fries, chili cheese, and then pastrami to the top where it like barely closes. So good. So good. And I
Oh,
mean it's
man.
not cheap. It's like 15 bucks or something, but I mean
Yeah.
that's enough for two
It's
people.
pastrami,
Yeah, and I
so
typically order it just for myself, but that's yeah, that's the stuff.
Yeah, I really wanna do a trip out to New York to try
New York.
Katz's Deli, yeah, they're known for their pastrami, corned beef. Um, I wanna say their restaurant is, like, modeled after, like, a traditional Jewish deli,
Mm, okay.
but their sandwiches, are piled high, thick. It's like 2 slices of bread and then, like, 6 inches of meat. It's good. It looks good. I haven't tried it. They actually have the option to ship out the stuff to you.
Huh.
Um, so I've been meaning to do that.
I wonder how
Maybe,
much that costs,
yeah, I bet it costs a pretty penny.
especially cross country.
Right, right.
Yeah. I always wish we had those types of delis around here.
And I bet that we do.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's just hidden, right?
Yeah. That where I actually grew up in Covina area, there was this place called New World Deli, and
Mm,
it was like that. Like you can just go and you look at all their meats. You're like, hey, I want a sandwich with this meat, these cheeses, and they would just like make it for you. It was always really good, and they had all their soups and salad stuff in the back on the side, and I loved going there for lunch. Like I don't know, it was like the only deli spot that I knew that did that. And when I came to
mhm.
San Diego, I've looked, but I always try to look near me, right? Like I don't want to drive
Yeah,
far for that because
yeah,
I almost want to have like that relationship with the small business and be like,
right.
hey, they expect me, right? Like they'll see me, and I love that. I love being able to build that like customer trust, right? It's always cool
Mhm.
seeing that. The out in Mira Mesa, for example, there was a carniceria around the corner from the apartment we had out there,
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
still my go-to. Like I have Northgate here down the street, but because we drop off the kids at daycare in Mira Mesa, we'll drive through the carniceria if we ever need some Mexican ingredients. And they still to this day they remember me and they say hi. They ask how I'm doing, how the kids are doing. It's nice. I feel like it's nice to have that like community feeling still
Mhm.
when it comes to that. So whenever I look for a place like that, I wanna have like be a regular type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, and you definitely wanna it's great when you can support small businesses like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I looked up jellies in San Diego and Subway came up. I'm like, "What
Subway,
the"
that's not a real deli. Yeah,
Uh,
there's
$5
a
footlongs, those were the days.
right now my we have a a thing every Saturday. We go get donuts, and I know you know this, uh,
Mhm,
but the owner has like come to know us pretty well just because it's every
mhm,
Saturday that we go, and we don't
yeah,
try to go to a chain. We try to go to somewhere that's small business. So RB Donuts, and we love going there, and it's interesting because they're not like out of this world donuts. They're not the best donuts in the world. They're just solid donuts,
yeah,
and but we love going there because we know the guy. He always says hi to us, and he'll ask same thing. He'll ask about the kids, and I think that's pretty cool. And then my son Toby, he gets to see that too. He gets to see us being like friendly with another person that's like outside of our home that we just see on
mhm,
Saturdays. And
yeah,
so he feels comfortable going into that donut shop and asking the guy, "Hey, I want this donut today, or I want that donut today," and it's awesome to see. So trying to build that up for him too, so he understands like there's pretty cool stuff that relationships you can build like that through community. So I
mhm.
love that. Although the owner doesn't know Lily's name, he keeps calling her Lisa.
Oh, dang it.
I think one time something happened and he said Lisa, and Lily just kind of went with it. And
It
so
stuck.
he probably thought it was her actual name, so he just keeps calling her Lisa. Yeah, that's pretty funny. One time I actually went in there with Lily purposely,
Mhm.
I like called her. I was like, "Hey, Lily, like
Oh,
I
okay.
want this one over here," and apparently he still calls her Lisa. So
Damn it.
he just maybe he realized he was wrong and is just too far at this
Yep,
point. He doesn't
yep,
want to correct himself.
sticking to his guns
Yeah.
unless he's told otherwise.
I was really thinking of just calling her Lisa in front of him to just make it worse.
You would.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
donuts.
man,
Donut Saturdays. So I think.
I'm getting hungry now.
I know we're
Uh,
talking a lot about
I
food.
mean, I am hungry. Oh, jeez. What else is going on? What else is new
What else is new?
besides food? Yes.
I don't know, man. Other than that, I'm prepping right now for a retreat, another retreat.
Oh, dope.
for confirmation. I get to do the opening talk. So,
Oh. Oh,
was,
on the Friday night?
yep, when
Dang.
everyone's tired and you have to get all the youth's attention and set everyone else for the whole weekend. So, set it all up.
Are you guys going offsite or is it gonna be on the parish grounds again?
It's gonna be off-site, so
Dang.
we're not going up all the way to Julian where we were last time,
Yeah.
and is that we got stuck up there in the snow. The buses couldn't come up to get us, so that was a whole
What?
horror story. Yeah.
When
So
was
a few
this?
weeks ago, when we had that big storm out here, there was pretty much a blizzard up in Julian,
Right,
and
okay.
so it was gonna snow. We knew that Friday night,
Yeah.
but it was supposed to just be Saturday, the storm, and then by Sunday everything was supposed to be clear. We're gonna be fine. So I actually went up Saturday or Friday night or Friday afternoon before the buses even went. So we go up and everything's cool. Like we're chilling. We set it all up. Like retreat starts like normal, right?
Mhm.
This is
Mhm.
confirmation one retreat. So we get kicked off. We do all our things, and then uh, around dinner it starts snowing a bit. There's already snow up there from the last few days, but
Right.
it starts snowing a little bit, right? We're like, oh, this is cool, and then Saturday morning starts snowing more, and that snow is like heavy, and I had never seen snowfall like that. It was like straight out of a movie. It was beautiful. I like recorded it and everything, right? I was like, this is amazing. Like this is a dope experience. And then everyone's all happy for about an hour, and then the dread slowly builds up, and you're like, this is coming down hard. There's like a lot of snow now. And it snowed pretty much like all day Saturday until like 2 o'clock. And it was just straight up blizzard, like snow was going like sideways and stuff. It was intense. And I forgot how many feet of snow we got, but it was I would step down and it was all the way up to my knees in snow.
Knees?
Yeah. When you would go out into like the field at Whispering Winds and
Yeah.
like where you would play, you'd go step out there and it was just parts of it were
Oh
all the way up
my
to your knees. It was crazy. So
oh,
the kids had
shoot.
fun. Like we
Yeah.
let them play a little extra time in the snow and all. But little by little we're like, okay, hopefully it stops snowing now, and then into Sunday everything's cleared up and they've cleared up the roads, right? But Sunday came and all Saturday night I guess it snowed again. So Sunday they weren't letting anyone up the mountain, not even if they had
Oh,
chains. So
wow.
that was a whole thing. We were running out of food at the camp because they were only expecting to have us through breakfast, and we ended up staying to
Staying.
through like lunch and then all the way through dinner.
Oh,
And
on Sunday?
yeah, like Sunday night. Luckily, we had a priest up
Dang.
there, so he actually gave mass and everything, so we were good.
Okay.
They had some extra food that they could cook for lunch, so we
Yeah.
had like grilled cheeses and tomatoes. They had extra bread and stuff, so that worked out. But by dinner, all they had was like granola bars and fruit, and
Oh,
it was like,
oh.
yeah, it was rough. And what had happened was they had cleared the roads and they were
Mhm.
letting people off the mountain. So I was the only one up there really with like a wife and kids. So they're like, hey, the buses said they're gonna come up around like 3 o'clock. And I was like, okay, so at 3 o'clock I'm just gonna head back down, go to my family. And then I heard afterwards that the buses didn't get up there until like 6.
Ooh,
Because and at that point it wasn't because of the ice on the road or anything. It's because there was so many people in Julian that the roads were just packed. Like people
yeah.
were stopping in the middle of the road to go and play in the snow.
Oh my goodness.
So
Freaking
the buses couldn't get through Julian to go all the way up to the camp to pick up the kids. It
jeez.
was a whole thing. And I when I was coming back, one of the workers up there was like, "Hey, don't go back through Julian. Go the other way. Go like south towards Alpine and just go up the freeways." And I was like, "Okay, why?" He's like, "Julian's packed. There's so many people there right now." I was like,
Mm,
"Okay, he knows what he's talking about, right?" So I went the other way, and when I went the other way, there's still a bunch of snow that way, but all along the like 15-mile stretch from where we are all the way down to the freeway is just cars lined up on the side and just people
going
playing
the
in the
other way?
snow.
Oh my
No, it's just people
goodness.
playing in the snow. Oh, yeah, and that was going down the other way. There's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
no town in that direction, so people don't stop that often. But you just see people out there like sleds and even the patches where there's like pretty dirty snow. I
Yeah.
just wanted to be like, just drive a little further. There's really clean snow up there, but I don't know. Us Californians, we go crazy for
Yep.
snow.
Yep, Southern California for you, yep. It just I mean, fortunately, you don't have to go very far to see snow, but
Yeah,
man, don't be causing traffic like that.
yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. So yeah, we're going back on retreat. This time to a different camp. Um,
Was that like a last minute call then because of the that's incident, or
no, it was just a
was it already
different
planned?
parish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We had already planned to go over here with the other camp. We did a retreat there last year and we really liked it. So we just kept at it with the same camp and yeah, we're going out there and just from seeing how much it's been raining today and tomorrow's supposed to still rain a little bit in the morning. We'll probably have snow up there, but hopefully it's not snowing where we go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's always fun to get out there. Um, and I'm
That should
blessed to have a Lily willing to stay back with the kids and let me go on
mm,
retreats and do these things that and just give back to the community how I know
yeah,
how to
that should be fun, man. I miss doing retreats,
come through.
but I'm sure just come through, just
Yeah,
come crash it,
yeah, why not?
say less. Yeah, man, it's I think we've talked about this,
Hmm.
in other podcasts, but, uh, yeah, I definitely miss the vibe of, being there on a Friday night and, kind of mentally preparing, and then just the energy that comes when, like, all the kids are there and you're, starting off the icebreakers and
Yeah,
just being on that high for the weekend. Uh, it's such a great feeling, and then Sunday afternoon comes, and you kinda just not distressed, but it comes to a stop, and man, you're just exhausted by that weekend.
yeah,
You know the feeling.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, Whispering Winds. I miss the old cooks there. I used to get like
Hmm.
the special treatment because I would befriend the cooks, and it kind of started when I told them I've been up there so many times, but one of the years I told them I was on a special diet, and so they started making me food separate for like the main food they served, and then over the years it just turned into them asking like, "Oh, what do you
What
want
do you
this
want to
time?"
eat?
Like, yeah,
That's
like
nice.
I've had them make me like poke nachos before, and they made me like corn succotash, and yeah, it. They've made me such different foods, and I always get like dirty looks from the other adults there. They're having like these like dried chicken patties.
That's
uh,
awesome. But yeah,
but I mean, since then, the food think of Whispering Winds has, uh, even though the food I think is a little more, uh, I don't know why I don't know why I keep coming back to commercialized, but um, even though the food they make is, I think, easier to produce for larger groups.
yeah,
Like I think the last time I went, they made like barbecue nachos and like full on chicken wings for the camp. Um, I think
yeah,
it's nothing beats that kind of that home cook kind of vibe.
yeah. I had no issues with the food last time we went.
Yeah,
It was so
yeah.
good. It's especially like on Friday because you wonder like what are they gonna make for us since it's no meat,
Uh
right?
huh.
Mm, and they made pizza, so so I was very
That's why.
happy.
That's
Yeah,
why.
but it was really good pizza. It
Yeah.
wasn't like frozen pizza, right? Like I think probably the dough was frozen, but they actually like arranged the pizzas and it was really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this retreat. Yeah, that's kind of what I have going on. Going into the retreat, uh, been praying a lot, and I'll ask for your prayers too. I know you know this,
Absolutely.
but my uncle passed away recently. He was
Mm.
actually uh my godfather for first communion.
Oh wow.
So he was my padrino for first communion. It was very sudden. He has had addiction problems for a long time, and
Mm.
he OD'd, so he
Oh,
relapsed.
okay.
And yeah, it's been hard on the family, but I'm strong in my faith. I a lot of times with my family, and this is like my parents and my sister, I kind of become like the rock for them in these
Mm,
times,
mm,
and I have Lily to go to if I have problems, if I need to cry, or if I need any of that, and that allows me to be strong for my mom and for my dad and
mm,
for my sister, and I'm very much appreciative of that. And so now that's been hard, but also like I'm just talking to them constantly. I think it's helped better prepare me for the talk that I'm gonna give at confirmation this weekend. So I'm excited for that,
mm.
and yeah, looking forward to all that. So yeah, just asking for everyone's prayers as we go
Good.
up and share our faith with the youth.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
May his soul rest in peace.
yep. Yeah, it's been difficult kind of talking to Toby about it
Yeah.
because so when it happened, we were up there at my parents, so we stayed there, um, just to be there in company with them, and Toby can see he's like something's up, like what happened,
Mm,
and so I told him, and he's 4 years old now, and I was like, okay, like my uncle, my Tio passed away, he's dead, and Toby's been playing a lot of video games lately. So he's like,
mm,
"Oh, is he coming back? Like, is he coming back to life?" I
mm,
was like, "No, Toby. Like, when this happens in real life, it's like it's permanent. You don't come back from this in real life."
mm,
And obviously, I want him to understand that, and just try to put it in different terms for him is difficult. But even like days after, he would keep asking. He's like, your Tio's gone, huh? Like your Tio's gone. I was like, yep, your Tio's gone, but we're praying for him. We're praying for his soul, and it's almost like I don't want to say it's a blessing that he passed away. I was talking to confirmation students about this. It it sucks, and I'm not one to say like his death is from God, but regardless, in those situations when someone passes away, I think God's grace can still shine through,
mhm,
and
absolutely.
and especially with like my family and all that. I see my aunts and uncles come together in support of my grandma, talking to them constantly, having conversations with my parents that, frankly, I've never had it before, right?
Mhm,
About
yeah,
like their character and how to deal with these things, and and I'm very much appreciative to be able to have those conversations with them while they're still here, while they're here with
yeah,
me. So so I definitely have been seeing the graces of God through all of it. So that's been kind of my silver lining, and I'm enjoying that process in that way, and
mhm.
being able to share my faith and show Toby how we can be strong in those situations is really cool.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's I'm happy for you for that
yeah,
and loving that. Like you said, it's not we don't it's not necessarily looked at as a blessing in disguise, but it's great that you could this it's opened up an opportunity for you to discuss these things with Toby.
yep,
Um, yeah, dude, it's I've lost a lot of loved ones in my life, and there are others that have passed that have more impact than others. Uh, and there have even been times where people have passed in my life that have made me doubt in my faith.
yeah,
Um, and I think again I talked about this in a previous episode, but no matter how much I've doubted or wanted to kind of be angry at God for letting this happen, He somehow pulls me back in and keeps me uh he keeps me grounded.
yep,
um and I don't know, I think we talked about this earlier, like it's I don't know if it's just thinking about the hope aspect of it, right? Just knowing that there's a greater good, there's a greater plan outside of all this. Um and I hate to think like this happened for a reason or whatever.
Mhm.
Like this person's passing happened for a reason, blah 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 blah. Or if it was kind of uh, or if it's like one of those things where why did God let this happen to this person? It's I always struggle between those two things, right?
Yeah.
Right. This person's no longer suffering, but also like why did God let this person, especially like my young uh loved ones who have passed away, it's like
Mhm.
why like gone too soon kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
Um, but again, it's just one of those things where for some reason I God keeps me grounded and he eventually helps us get through this stuff.
Yep.
And again, I don't know what it is, but I'm just fortunate that I do have this foundation, my faith, to kind of help keep me strong in these situations. And similar to you, Eric, it's I have friends and family lean on me as
Mhm.
their rock, but you know some people know that I am just as emotional and as much of a crier than
Yeah.
anyone else. Um, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I don't know.
Amen, brother. Yeah. So, yeah, just looking forward now, and just staying in prayer, and staying uplifted, really.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's so much
absolutely.
to be appreciative of now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's scary. I feel like you hear like it's a taboo topic to talk about, and
Yeah.
it is a scary thing to think about, especially like I don't want to. Again, it feels weird just talking about it, but you know, I think it's eventually going to happen when like your immediate family. I can't even think about them, or you like your even for like Angel or Lily or one of our kids. Like
Mhm.
just thinking about the idea is, or even ourselves. It's scary,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it is.
But again, we have to think that there is a greater plan for us. And the plan to eventually be in heaven one day, and uh, I think Angel and I talked about it recently, and we even though we don't know what heaven's going to be like, and how we're going to get there, it's nice to imagine or think of that we will one day kind of be reunited with all our loved ones who have gone from this world, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are many uh, ideas on what that looks like or what that means, but that's kind of my vision.
Yeah.
When it's my time to go.
Yeah. I think we can definitely find solace in that.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. I think that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
retreat, and I guess my turn. I got a first birthday coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been exciting for us. We're
Let me
finalizing our
know.
many.
Let me know if you need
Yeah,
help.
yes, yeah, we definitely need to. We're finalizing our food menu, and I hate event planning, man. It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing. I don't know how we. I don't. I mean, I guess to be fair, I didn't do too much of the wedding planning. That was a lot of on Angel and our wedding planner, and I just gave my credit card. But this time around, Angel and I are left on our own to plan. Thankfully, we have a lot of family and friends,
Yeah.
willing to pitch in for food and whatnot, and people like you, Eric, who are willing to help us on day up for setup. But yeah, it's always a tricky thing. Like, are we getting too much food? Are we not getting enough food? We don't want food to
Yeah.
go to waste.
I'll help you
Um,
finish the food.
thank you. Oh, I know in a previous episode I did say we're gonna have a lechon. Unfortunately, I have to take that back. We will not have
The
lechon.
heck?
We opted in for something else that I think will be better. You and I can do a lechon another day.
Okay. By ourselves. The whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember like the boodle fight or the I forget what's the other term? Oh, this is terrible. But do you remember the Thanksgiving or the Friendsmas we did the banana leaves and then we put out all the food?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do one of those. Kamayan,
That was so good.
kamayan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
Yeah,
that. I forgot
we'll
what
have
I
to do
brought
that
to that,
again
but
soon.
yes, we'll do that.
Yeah, you
Down.
brought. You think you brought clams
Oh, I made the
or like
clams,
some
the crab
seafood.
meat seafood.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. It was good. But yeah, looking forward to celebrating
Yeah.
Isaiah's birthday. Um, Yeah, that man's a wild one. He's I would say he's walking. He's pretty. You know he has taken more than 6 7
Uh,
steps on his own without
he's
falling. I
walking.
think
He doesn't like
yeah.
shoes though.
He doesn't. You're right. He doesn't like shoes.
Just
We're still
barefoot.
trying to.
You call him Tarzan.
Yeah, we're trying to figure that part out. Hopefully by his birthday he's wearing shoes. But if not, then
Screw it. Barefoot
we'll figure it
works.
out. Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure people are gonna want to hold him the entire time anyway. So he's gonna be passed around, and
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. It's coming up. It's
Yeah.
around the corner.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining us, and God bless.
God bless.